It will happen only when Radha is now Radha is but they should be sincere. Otherwise, they want it to happen every. Wait. No, but third party, why you are put on YouTube? No, Prabhu is still speaking. I'm not speaking. Wait for something. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो। हरे कृष्णा। रीडिंग फ्रॉम श्रीमद् भागवतम Canto 4, Chapter 8, Text 21. 4, 8, 21. No, no, 21. No, no. I saw your, based on your thing. Okay, I'll do this one and you can do it. Okay, 4, 8, 21. तथा मनोर्वो भगवान् पितामहो. I think he's getting confused. No, I saw that, Prabhu. Based on his class only, I picked the words. Lot of them doesn't have one. You see on YouTube. No, yeah. No, no, actually 1920 you won't know. Because that kind of purpose. We verse number 20 of purpose. Verse number 19 that kind of purpose. Okay. 4, 8, 20. यस्यांग्रिपत्न परिचर्य विश्वा विभावनायात्त गुणाभिपत्तये अजोतिष्ठस्तत्कुलपरमा परमेष्ट्यम् पदं जितात्मा स्वशानानुविबन्धयम् जितात्मा स्वशानानुविबन्धयम् यस्याङ्घ्रिपद्मं परिचर्य विश्व यस्याङ्घ्रिपद्मं परिचर्य विश्व विभावनायात्त गुणाभिपत्तये विभावनायत्त गुणाभिपत्तये अजो अजो अद्य तिष्ठकुल पारमेष्ट्यम् अजो अद्य तिष्ठत् कुलपारमेष्ठम् Padam jitatma स्वशनाभिवन्द्यम् पदं जितात्मा स्वशनाभिवन्द्यम् यस्याङ्घ्रिपद्मं परिचर्य विश्व विभावनाय गुणाभिपत्तये अयोत्तिष्ठात् खलु पार्यमेष्टम् पदं जितात्मा श्वशनाभिवन्द्यम् Suniti continued, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is great, that simply by worshipping his lotus feet, your grandfather, Lord Brahma, your great grandfather, Lord Brahma, acquired the necessary qualifications to create this universe. Although he is unborn and he is and he is the chief of all living creatures, he is situated in that exalted post because of the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom even great yogis worship by controlling their mind and regulated life air, prana. So I repeat the translation. Suniti continued, the the Supreme Personality of Godhead is so great that simply by worshipping his lotus feet, your great grandfather, Lord Brahma, acquired the necessary qualification to create this universe. Although he is unborn and is chief of all living creatures, he is situated in that exalted post because of the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whom even the great yogis worship by controlling their mind and regulating the life air, prana. Purport. Suniti cited the example of Lord Brahma, who was Dhruva Maharaj's great grandfather. Although Lord Brahma is also a living being, by his penance and austerity, he acquired the exalted position of creator of this universe by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. To become successful in any attempt, one, one not only has to undergo severe penances and austerities, but also must be dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This indication has been given to Dhruva Maharaj by his stepmother and was now confirmed by his own mother Suniti. ओमज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे पंचकल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुन् दिनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् Hare Krishna. Sorry for the confusion. So today we are doing verse number 4, 8, 20. Okay. Basically, both the verses have the same context. So here, Dhruva Maharaj went to Mother Suniti And Suniti was careful enough. No, actually, it all started with Surichi. Surichi directed Dhruva Maharaj to Krishna, saying that we have to worship Krishna so that you will take birth in my womb. Okay. And then Mother Suniti also, like even though her heart is greatly pained at the condition and the treatment that her son Dhruva got the hands of, at the hands of her stepmother Surichi, she was very careful enough not to contaminate the heart of Dhruva Maharaj by further negativity. And she now is like, no, of course, she says that there is nothing in my hands. I'm very sorry to see you in this situation, uh, but whatever your stepmother told is actually true. There is nothing in my hands. Only one unfortunate situation is you took birth from my womb. And for you to have relief, for you to get out of the situation, only the Supreme Personality of Godhead can help you. Because Uttanabada was the emperor of the entire earth. There is nobody higher than him on the earthly planet. So, and one may ask, okay, if Uttanabada is the highest authority, then should have addressed to some demigod like Brahma, Shiva, why directly Supreme Personality of Godhead? So later on, like when Dhruva Maharaj goes into forest and meets Narada Muni, and Narada Muni asks Dhruva Maharaj, where are you going? He said, I am going to do tapasya to please Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Narada says, hey, are you crazy? Even the great yogis have been controlling their mind and senses and doing tapasya for thousands and thousands of years, lifetime after lifetime, they still couldn't get the darshan of the Lord. How can you, such a small boy, can achieve this great benediction or great blessing of pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So means uh, it is said even for asuras also, the demoniac people, they don't generally approach Krishna because it takes a very long time to please Krishna. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, kama sitarita jnana prabhadyanti anya devata. Means the people whose intelligence is stolen by these material desires, they approach demigods. Of course, their desires get easily fulfilled. These demigods are easily placed and the desires are easily fulfilled. But the problem is, whatever the benediction that they get from them are temporary. And they again have to come back into this material existence and then. So they have to again come back into this material existence. So, and then suffer again because all the benediction that is given by the demigods are temporary. And here, if you see, the next verse is amazing verse actually. Mother Suniti also glorifies the grandfather of Dhruva Maharaj, Swayambhu Manu, how he actually attained the benediction of Krishna, how he was able to control or rule this vast kingdom of earthly planet. So he says, Suniti says, your grandfather and your great grandfather both have achieved that kingdom only by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by performing tapasya and only performing devotion towards Krishna. So, like Vishnu was saying yesterday, unless Krishna's mercy is there, things will go in certain way. But as soon as you receive Krishna's mercy comes into picture, the things will go in different way. So whatever we may be hankering, whatever you may be doing, unless there is a sanction of Krishna, nothing will happen. And for that to happen, we have to do our tapasya. We have to do our part. We have to do our duty first, and then hope for Krishna's mercy. Basically, everything is dependent on Krishna's mercy. You become either devotee or non-devotees, everything is on Krishna's mercy alone. Nothing is separated from Krishna at any point of time. How Krishna actually says, uh, like in Bhagavad Gita, right? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Bhagavad Gita 7.14, Krishna says, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mamamarya Duratyaya Mam Evai Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. Krishna says, this entire material world is controlled, everyone is controlled by my Maya, Daivi Hesha, and divine potency, by my divine potency. And everybody is controlled by the modes, and modes are like strings which are controlled by Maya. And Maya is under the control of Krishna. So Maya, my illusory potency is controlling everybody. So basically, in this material world, anybody getting anything is all purely dependent on Krishna and Maya Devi. And Krishna also says, Bhagavad Gita 7.25, Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yoga Maya Samavruta Modoyam Abhijanati Loko Mam Ajam Avyayam. Says, I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my internal potency. And therefore, they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. So basically, if non-devotees, they wanted to see Krishna, they wanted to understand Krishna, they attempt, some people read Bhagavad Gita, they read Bhagavad Gita like scholars. So, and they think Krishna is like, like some very nice like personality. Personality, especially somebody who is using Bhagavad Gita for the personal development classes. So for them, Krishna is caught by his internal potency. So he confuses their mind. Like anybody who is approaching Krishna, the first thing they see is Krishna Sasrila. Oh, Krishna is playing with so many girls. How can he be God? So, and then they go away. And then after, like, okay, they able to cross that. Next, they will start judging Krishna on the level of why is he so partial to Pandavas? No, he's not a, like, he himself says, and like even though Duryodhana and everybody was so, like, they are fighting, but still Krishna is so much partial to Pandavas. And they judge Krishna there and then they go away. They don't worship, they don't take shelter of Krishna. And some people, they again, like, after crossing, okay, discarded those two things and come to Krishna closer, they don't get mercy of Krishna, because they come. What is the most important thing that one has to have to approach Krishna? Ahaitukya pratihata, bhakti in the devotion service without expectation and without any motivation, without uninterrupted and unmotivated devotional service. So basically, any person who is a non-devotee, they come with lot of motivations. If I come to temple, I will get this. If I do this, I will get that, name, fame, or any some material benedictions. As soon as they see this is not fulfilled, they immediately. And somebody, even though if they are materialistic person, like even if they have desires, they can come to Krishna. Krishna himself says, Mahatmanastu Mahapartha Chaturvida Bhajanti Mam Janos Artho Jignasra Artharthi Jnaniche Varadashiva. Means Artho means distressed, is in lot of problems. Artharthi seeking wealth, Jignasu seeking knowledge. So what else people need? They need art. They need their problems to be gone. They need wealth or they need knowledge. Krishna says they can approach me but when they are approaching you, why are you not giving? So for that they have to have apratihata devotion, in continuous devotion without any interruption. It's not like one day you worship Krishna and then next day you go to some Baba temple. So, but if somebody say, okay, my benediction are my problems are getting resolved when I go to Baba temple. What is the problem? That's what I needed. So yes, but that solution that you are getting there is very temporary. But when Krishna gives his blessing, he gives in such a way that with his with the solution that you get from Krishna, you will not only get the things that you desired, but also get so many other things. You will be relieved from all the sinful activities, and you will be free from all the past karma. And finally, at the end, you will to go back to Godhead also. So Krishna always comes in full package. You either get full package or no, don't get. So that's why. So when somebody comes to Krishna, all the contamination, all the sinful actions, they have to go, they have to vanquish. So Krishna waits until that point of time before fulfilling your desire, because when you engage in service of Krishna, Krishna says, now he is chanting my name. After many, many lifetimes, he came to me. Let him chant, let him become more and more purified, so that all the contaminations, all the conditioning, all the bags of loads of karma gets extinguished by his bhakti. Then he will be able to aspire for pure devotion. When the person reaches that stage, immediately Krishna gives benediction. So then, until why Krishna waits until that point of time, so that they will come, they will have they will get right knowledge, right understanding how things work. They will get right understanding, and they will aspire to go back to Godhead. But why? Because Krishna says, right, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajitante kalevaram. But at the time of death, if they think anything other than Krishna, they have to come back and again into this material world. Krishna doesn't want that soul to suffer in this material world for the sake of meager enjoyment in this material world. The enjoyment in this material world is very insignificant when compared to the suffering. And Krishna, it pains, Krishna feels a lot of pain for the conditioned souls to suffer in this material world. So just like Krishna, even the pure devotees also, they also feel a lot of pain. So what is the solution? So the solution is, for anything you may have material desires, spiritual desires, you may have full of uh, lust, greed, anger, envy. Only solution is come to Krishna. So one of the name of Krishna is Satya Sankalpa. Means whatever Krishna desires, that will manifest. So, but when Prabhupada says this word, but whenever for a pure devotee is also Satya Sankalpa. Means even if a pure devotee desires something, it will manifest also. So how could pure devotee was able to, like for example, take in this verse, that is the example of Brahmaji. Brahmaji desired something. I want to create this one, immediately manifest. Why? Because Krishna empowered him. Because he, with his penances and austerity and with his devotion, Brahma has purified, pleased Krishna so much so that whatever Brahmaji says, Krishna sanctions. Krishna keep on sanctioning. Hmm? So whenever any problem comes, immediately Brahmaji prays to Krishna, immediately Krishna sanctions. But even Brahmaji sometimes, like when any demonic people, they perform severe austerities, Brahmaji also give benediction. Okay, I give you this benediction. How come all the benedictions work is when a pure devotee says something, Krishna takes it as his responsibility to make that happen. So when Krishna's Krishna's will is there, then it will happen. Like we saw, like no, like where it is in Srimad Bhagavatam, it comes. No, no. In Srimad Bhagavatam, this verse comes. This story comes. I forgot the character name. Like Shukra, not Shukracharya, Vasishta disciple is there. Vasishta disciple. He was guarding the cows. He he was guarding the cows in the night to protect from wild animals. So, but then when he was guarding, it was Amavasya, it was a dark night, and he see the cows are making a lot of noise and very much frightened, and he senses that some tiger is attacking the cows. So he comes and he is thinking to cut the tiger. He cut the neck of the cow. So when the tiger is attacking the cow, he wanted to kill the tiger, but he accidentally cut the neck of the cow. So when he swings the sword goes through and cuts the nose of the tiger and the neck of the cow. So both the nose of the tiger and the cow are seen when the daylight comes. So then Vashishta becomes so unhappy and he gives the curse. How can you kill a cow? He could say, no, it's a mistake. No, he tried. His attempt was to kill a tiger, but still, out of anger, this Vashishta says, you become Sudra in your next life. So immediately that disciple, like no, what does he do? He doesn't protest anything. He doesn't say anything to he doesn't say any disrespect even to her, you also. Guru Maharaj, can't you see the tiger's nose is here and this is a mistake? He didn't see anything. Just take it as it is, and then he renounces the middle his position and his role. He's a prince actually. And he goes on forest and worships Krishna. And at the end of lifetime, he then goes back to Godhead. Because that curse didn't actually came into the existence itself. Means he didn't have a next life only. What to speak of if he has to take birth in next life, these curses will only work in this material world only. They don't carry forward to the spiritual world. So he directly goes to the spiritual world. So unless Krishna's sanction is there, nothing of any nature, will come into being. So, but Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Like how, like no, Mahatmanastu 9, Bhagavad Gita 9.13. Mahatmanastu Mahampartha Daivim Prakritim Ashrita Bhajantiyanya Manaso Jnatva Bhutadim Avyayam. Yes, the Mahatmas, son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, under the protection of this divine nature, they are fully engaged in the devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So, what is the solution as a devotee is to take shelter of the internal potential of Krishna. So, basically, everything is controlled by the Maya of the Lord, both the spiritual and material world. So, but the spiritual world is controlled by Yoga Maya, material world is controlled by Mahamaya. So, I was hearing the class of Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, see, when you have the right consciousness, you can see the spiritual world in the material world. But when your consciousness is not good, you can see the material things in the spiritual world also. So it all depends on our consciousness. That's why Prabhupada is very much stressing on consciousness. That's why Krishna he started this organization as International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Consciousness plays a major role in everything in this material world. Because Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. What is your consciousness? You may be saying sweet nicely. You may be saying good things, but if you don't say it in the right consciousness, then it will not give effect. So it is said that, right? Like you can actually, with nice, caring, and gentle words, you can even make the person drink poison, but you cannot even make the person drink even nectar with harsh words. So our dealings, our achar, vichar, like everything should be of very refined. because it is dealing directly with the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. So it is up to us, like especially the person in this material world. If you are not careful enough, Yogamaya will become Mahamaya, Mahamaya will become Yogamaya. So, like, then Prabhupada says, who is Yogamaya? Yogamaya is Durga Devi. Who is Mahamaya? Sorry, Yogamaya. Who is Yogamaya? Yogamaya is Srimati Radharani. Who is Mahamaya? Mahamaya is Durga Devi. So, you will be under the control of Krishna in either of ways. Be a devotee or you serve Radharani and be nicely under the protection of Krishna. Or you reject Krishna, go out and get beatings from Mahamaya. That is your choice. So, like, basically, there is like we should be under the control of Krishna. We should be always either under the control of either Yogamaya or Mahamaya. And we should serve somebody. That is our eternal nature. We either serve Yogamaya or Mahamaya. So, when you serve Krishna, then you will come under the protection of Yogamaya. When you neglect Krishna and go and serve your senses, Krishna says, okay, go carry on with your business. And Mahamaya will come. And in the form of three more simultaneously, oh, you want to do this? Wonderful, do it. And then she will bewilder that person so much so that that person unnecessarily works but with no results. Like working so hard with no results at all. If you see clearly, that person is totally bewildered. He is satisfying his senses, which even doesn't exist. Which like now see, the soul is there. Soul is controlled by the subtle body. Subtle body is soul is called by subtle body. Subtle body is called by gross body. Body is already dead matter, and the subtle things, the mind, intelligence, ego, they are also dead matter. They are conscious, subconscious matter. Like, they are conscious but not totally conscious. So basically, you are serving, you are gratifying the senses, and soul is already never contaminated by all these gross or subtle objects. So soul is untouched by the gross and subtle things. So when a person is so-called enjoying his senses, means he's only satisfying the, because the gross and subtle things are directly under the control of Maya. He's only satisfying the Mahamaya. So, like that's why, like, what is the role of Mahamaya? She is like a teacher. She wanted to test so that only pure devotees will go to Krishna, not some person with ulterior motives. As soon as a person goes with ulterior motives, he immediately bewilders that person. So, like that now, here Sunesi, she is now directing Dhruva Maharaj to take shelter of Krishna. That is the most important thing. Anybody, like Shubdev says, right? Anybody who is a mother, father, guru, relative, friend, or no, Daivam, even the demigods, their duty is, if they are well-wishers of any person, they have to direct them to Krishna. They have to make them how to do bhakti. So as a parent, it's a parent utmost important duty is to make the devotees, make their children into devotees. So that will not only benefit their children, that but also benefit themselves also. Because if you see, because it's said that any person who becomes a devotee is past generations, few of his past generations, few of his present generation. I think it's 21 generations. 21 generations of the past and 21 generations of future, they automatically get liberated. So if a parent is a devotee and his behavior, his activities, he should be so exemplary, so motivating for his children. Unfortunately, like Mother Malti was quoting that example, right? The devotee kids mostly, when they see their parents so harsh and so like so strict with them, perform bhakti, you chant 16 rounds. When they are like that, they become negativity towards Krishna. Because they say, as soon as they grow 18 years old, they say, we're never going to go to ISKCON, they're never going to take up to Krishna consciousness. Why? Because they feel that we had enough of it. So it is the role of a parent to know how to give what, when. So it's like I could see nice example is with respect to Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami goes to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with his uncles, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami were very highly respected in the entire country because they are the prime minister and finance ministers. And he never saw like his uncles respecting somebody. But as soon as they go in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they become like humbler than blade of grass. They are like they're basically they are showing that we are the most fallen, we are the most abominable thing. And Jiva Goswami looking at them, he became inspired. If my uncle and my uncles are respecting this person so much, this person might be great. Then he immediately takes up the devotional service. And Jiva Goswami, after that, he goes to a guru and then he learns this Sanskrit and then finally again he comes back to Vrindavan, where his uncles are there, and he under and he serves them as the guru. So and like Jiva Goswami is the greatest of the author of all the time. He read so many verses, so much of literature that anybody this in this Indian culture could not give. So, so there are many examples. Like so, it like basically what it says, right? Especially the child protection scene, the children observes a lot. They keep on observing. They keep on observing. They do how you chant. They do how you deal with people. They could see in and out. When you are duplicious, when your devotees are come, you display certain kind of consciousness. Then devotees are out. If you display some kind of consciousness, they will think that these are all pretend some drama is going on here, and they will not take up the devotion service seriously. So basically, how parents deal with the devotees, kids observe a lot. And what is the how are the dealings of parents, and how are parents dealing with them? They should deal with compassion, caring, but at the same time, parents should have superior impression. Parents should give super means like devotees should be the parents should be inspiring to the child. If the parents themselves are not respected by the child, and parents are respecting Krishna and the kid will think, oh, these are losers. So basically, they should be in a commanding position. They should command respect from the child, and the child should feel the love and compassion of the parent, and the parent should be devotee, and the parents should properly develop devotion towards Krishna and do their spiritual do their bhakti properly, so that the kids also will think that this is one of the most important factor of this material world. For one of the most important things has to be achieved, not only money and name, fame, but also devotion is also most important thing. That impression, if parents can give to the child, automatically the child will prioritize that. Child will take up the devotion service. Okay, that's what I could think of. If anybody has any questions or comments, you can take.
Long conditions, they don't know Krishna out of the right. When you go to Vrindavan Dham, in a real form, they don't know Krishna out of love.
Yes.
In material world, Mahamaya.
That Yogamaya.
Yeah, and
Out of love, yeah. Because if Krishna, it is Yogamaya makes the arrangements in such a way that whatever pleases Krishna, she will make arrangements like that. Krishna doesn't like to be among the non-devotees. That's why Yogamaya doesn't send the non-devotees towards Krishna. And with respect to when dealing with the devotees, Krishna likes that the devotees have intimacy with him. They have this fatherly affection, friendly affection, or as a lover. And if they see Krishna as a supreme personality of God, is the controller of everybody, then they will not have like no. Then Yashoda Mata, instead of lying on her lap, she will put on the throne and she will be doing arti. Krishna doesn't like that. So Yogamaya knows the heart of Krishna, and she knows what Krishna likes and what Krishna dislikes. That's how she influences the devotees in the spiritual world. And Yogamaya makes very nice arrangements. Like sometimes some demon attacks. It's only to increase the ecstasy of the devotees. When the devotees are pleased, Krishna is automatically pleased. Anything?
No, it's interesting that in material world, when we call it conditional state, doesn't occur out of love. When living being is fully in their own self, which is form, involved in our mind, they don't know Krishna, out of love. They don't know Krishna. They don't see Krishna as a, they don't see Krishna as a God. In both the cases, in the conditional state, they don't see Krishna as a God. In the following on now, they don't see Krishna. But because love in love, it's very interesting how you compare it. So there is love, there is love. We don't know Krishna. Both the way. Now the questions. No. Here, overwhelming with love, they don't see Krishna as God, but they see Krishna as the love, as the excellent. So they hate everything for Krishna. Now Krishna very.
How about in Guru Vrindavan, Prabhuji? In Guru Vrindavan, they know Krishna is God. Hmm. They don't think like he is God or something.
Bhagavat Acharya, would you be able to repeat what Yoga Prabhu was saying? It's kind of.
Yeah, so let him complete.
Yeah, sure.
There's without the hand is fixed. There's say Lord Chaitanya came to reach Ramaya Bhakti, not Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi sadhana, you're forcing yourself, this is good, this is good, this is good. I know Vishwanath Lotanagar, I know the concept, in which stage also it's intelligence. This is good, this is good. Only the level stage is mind. Mind is transformed. No? So, but in Bhagavat, there is no question of this is good, you do it. Bhagavat says, well, I know whatever reaction from Krishna, the goal as per burn, boy as per burn. It is spontaneous. You don't train yourself. This love is very good. The instant attraction. When you come to the audience, you look for that opposite sex and they look for you. So one day I was thinking, I know Krishna is God. How they erase my all tolerance? That Yogamaya is the one. When with her grace only you transcend that. Not on our own. Yeah. Gauranga one time he mentioned, if people don't accept Krishna, then you're saying that I thought of at least they don't accept Krishna as God. And there's a small correction in your question. And Rajavas don't accept Krishna as God. Here they don't accept Krishna as God out of love. Here they don't accept Krishna as God out of envy. And it's different manifestation. Yes, Prabhu. We are between that. So our stage is in between. That's all it is. We know Krishna is God. We can love him like that. No. Because you're forcing this very much. Very much means even Radha, even if you are Radha, you are forcing us to, your intelligence is good. When he's telling you don't go, those are not things. Don't go. You don't because they should go back. There's no question of going back. No? The iron thing never thinks twice whether should I get attracted to magnet or not. So that is Raga. Riding means no, I should get attracted, no, then you are forcing us. Condition. So what is that? Acharya Swami is you worship Lord Chaitanya in the servant, then Lord Chaitanya will give you the Mahaprabhu is graceful. I'm sure that was the present. What that grace? Yatha Gaura Padar Data Punya Rafi Prabhu Sarpati Pradaya Pashmat Radha Kalam So, to the extent that one becomes attached to the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, he acquires a special kind of supremacy, a special kind of qualification, and as a result of that, heaps and heaps of that qualification. It's the literal translation is pious activity, but it's a very special kind of piety. The extent that he accumulates that kind of piety, that kind of supremacy, he finds himself suddenly attracted, like his heart becomes suddenly attracted to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. That is actually Raj free. Why are we teaching this? Because Lord Chaitanya is this. Lord Chaitanya is Audarya. So because it's the Audarya, you are doing Lord Chaitanya's kingdom. And that's why then you get problem. Even if Lord Chaitanya moves Dasya, that will Lord Chaitanya's combination of that's very important. You have to accept already Lord Chaitanya's combination. Otherwise, why Audarya translate your Dasya, how does it translate to Matri? This problem is can devotees are lead over this problem is actually a proper level they had. You got that point? I'm very much thinking to put this in the mind. Whatever you're saying, yeah, I know. So Prabhuji is saying that unless we have the mercy of Mahaprabhu. So basically, the devotees, the atheists, they don't want to accept Krishna as God out of envy, but the devotees, they don't want to accept Krishna out of love. It's not like they don't want, they don't. Okay. So these are the two categories of the persons who don't accept Krishna as God. Okay? And but Prabhuji is also mentioning unless one has the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one cannot actually approach Krishna. So there are Raga Bhakti and Vaidhi Bhakti.
Raga Bhakti is very spontaneous, just like if you put magnet and needle, needle doesn't think that I have to attract or not. It spontaneously gets attracted. But with respect to Vaidi, they are they have some limitations. They'll be in a mode like should I get attracted or not attracted, not like that. They don't attack so much fast. Okay. But this spontaneous attraction towards Krishna is possible only by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When we serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Dasya mode, by his mercy, we get entrance into this attraction towards this devotion towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu automatically, spontaneously gets develops attraction towards Srimati Radharani and her service. Okay. So that's what I could think. Is there anything I'm missing from you?
If people on the other side, they are karma. That's it. The people in Vaidhi Bhakti, different people, only one from you. That's why our South is very special. Our Bhakti is very special. In India, all India, so many people worship Krishna. But Raja Bhakti is different. Raja Bhakti, here, they don't accept, they accept Krishna as a son of Nandamara in worship. It's very Please don't bring Ravana here, that is Raja Bhakti. Raja Bhakti is unique. No? Hello,
Wait, speak. Let speak. No, anyhow is here.
Yes. You want to get the message of Lord Chaitanya, you need to get the message of Nityananda. If you want to get the message of Nityananda, you need to get the message of Nityananda. To get the message of Nityananda, you need the message of Nityananda. Parallel coming. How once you don't get the message, you follow the instructions, everything comes useless. That's the answer.
Krishna online. Anybody have any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, what did Yugal
Yes,
Kishore?
just one. Like, yeah, take this question also. Yes, go ahead, Mata. What you're asking?
Prabhuji, what did Yugal Kishore Prabhuji say that in order to get Nityanand Prabhuji's mercy, what do you need to do?
You have to get the mercy of Guru.
Oh, okay.
So finally, everything boils down to pleasing Guru. So when you please Guru, you please Panchatattva. When you please Panchatattva, you please Nityan Prabhu. When you please Nityan Prabhu, you please Gauranga Mahaprabhu. When you please Gauranga Mahaprabhu, you get the mercy of bhakti or love towards Radha and Krishna.
Okay, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one more question. This must be like very basic, but I did not like hear a lecture on this one. But like this question is not regarding this class. It's a few, 10 to 12 verses before this, where let me actually open it. It's 4.8.7. It says that Uttanpad and Priyavrat were empowered by God and they were descendants of the plenary expansion of Vasudeva. So would you be able to like just say like one or two sentences on that, Prabhuji? Because I'm just thinking like if they were that exalted, why would Uttanpad make such a decision to go ahead with what Suruji was saying instead of letting Dhruv Maharaj sat on his lap?
So what did I say, Mataji? Uttanpad descendants of Vasudeva. Yeah, because so they say Swayambhu has two sons, five names, Uttanpad and Priyavrat. Because both of them were descendants and pre-generation of Vasudeva, the supranational level, they are very competent to rule the universe, to maintain and protect the universe. So basically, here it is saying that verse is concerned about ruling Mataji, not about like. So basically, Any devotee can also make mistake. Here, if you see Uttanapad, he doesn't want to displease his wife. Basically, problem is not with Uttanapad. Problem is with the Suruchi. So of course he has some attraction towards Suruchi. So like husband knows the mood of the wife, like no, what my wife will be pleased and what will displease my wife. So that's why he doesn't want, okay, if I take this Dhruva also now, this Suruchi is going to create problem later on unnecessarily. So this is a kid won't get offended, right? So he pretends as if he become neglectful towards Dhruva while only caring Uttanapad. Okay. So with respect to the that this potency that is with respect to ruling the world, and Uttanapad and Priyaraj, both of them are very efficient rulers. This is like no, this is not घर और घाट बोलते हैं ना. So ये घर का मामला है. He is very good at the ruling outside. Ghat ka is very good proficient, but in the house he is problem. He has problem.
Makes sense, Prabhuji. So, like, even though somebody is a descendant of Vasudev,
Yeah.
unless like it's a supreme personality of Godhead, everybody has faults, no matter like who they are.
Here, Uttanpad is also devotee Mataji. He is not like non-devotee, but like with respect to pleasing Dhruva, with respect to caring Dhruva, he actually made a small mistake, not a grievous mistake.
Okay.
He later on immediately realized as soon as Dhruva left the palace, the story is like as soon as Dhruva left the palace, he immediately realized that he made a mistake. And he goes to meet Dhruva that night only. But by that time he goes to Dhruva, Dhruva is already out of the palace, he went to forest.
Yeah, makes sense, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Dandvat Pranam.
You're saying yeah. Brahma is also- yeah, Brahma. Brahma didn't take birth like us. Yeah. That with respect to soul is unborn. So sometimes see like in our scriptures, the word Atma has multiple meanings. So Atma means the soul. Sometimes Atma means the mind. Sometimes Atma means the body. So when they say Aja, with respect, we can be considered in the terms of, see, Brahma's body is transcendental. He didn't take birth like any Brahma doesn't have any materialistic father. In one sense, Supreme Personality of Godhead is the father of every living entity, every soul, not living entity, not even the body. The soul is the father of the soul. So, because Supreme Personality of Godhead is the father of Brahmaji, Brahmaji's birth cannot be considered as material. Brahmaji's birth is spiritual. Yes, Prabhu.
Because of destiny, it was a destiny for Druma to see Lord and then
Yeah, like in one sense, then everything can be considered destiny. But you should take in like a lesson here. Everything happens under the control of Krishna and under the control of Maya only. And everybody's destiny is already decided. Because if you see Dhruva Maharaj after seeing Lord Vishnu, Krishna says that your stepmother is going to die, your stepbrother is going to die, like that he says. Means the destiny is already there. But how things manifest and what way is like, especially Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? In Kurukshetra war, Krishna says this everybody in the opposite war is already killed. You just be instrumental and take the credit. Means the destiny, as a destiny, Krishna has already killed them. They will die, they are going to die, even if Arjuna fights or doesn't fight. Yeah, Krishna
Yeah,
Chaitanya.
Ajam.
No, Ajam, who knows? Ajam's destiny is already destined to go that like that. Only Krishna knows what is going to happen. That's why Bhishma Dev says, right? Even the greatest of the sages cannot understand the heart of Krishna. Ajam is destined to go back to Godhead in different way. Only Krishna knows how it is going to happen. అంటే గ్రంథరా శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय आनंद कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
Yeah.